Hello, very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's lunchtime live webinar sessions. We're a little bit early today. Let's wait for a couple of minutes before the rest will join soon. Before that, can I just do a quick sound check? Can you all see my presentation slides and also whether you can hear me well? So if you can, please let me know in the Q&A chat box. Thank you very much. A very good afternoon. Welcome to the Amazon Live webinar today. Thank you for joining on time, everyone. So my name is Jun Liang, and I'm the senior trainer here in Amazon Seller Education team, and I'm located in Singapore, by the way. So thank you for joining today lunchtime session. We'll be talking about account health. All right. All right, now before we begin, just want to share that we will not be able to share the slides. However, the recording today will be shared in our official YouTube channel. The playlist will be available and sent to you the link via the follow-up email as well. Alternatively, if you have your mobile phones with you, you can take it out and do the scan on the QR code that you see on the screen. So also, if you have any questions, please do put it into the Q&A box. Now, I have extracted the questions that was shared during the registration. So if you just registered a couple of minutes ago, I will need you to put in your question because I would have missed out those questions. And also, the information I'm going to share will be as accurate as of today. And if you were to happen to watch this recording a couple months down the road, please do always refer to our online resources on Seller University or Seller Central Help for the most updated information. All right, here are some just important notice. So what is account health? Right, and why is it important? Now, account health is the holistic representation of your account's so-called the adherence to our Amazon selling policy. So this is how it looks like, right? Now, this page is your tool within the Seller Central that you can use to track your account health. It's also called the account health page. You can access it through your Seller Central. Let me just show you quickly on your Seller Central menu, and then you go to under performance and then look at the account health. This is where you can find your account health information. So the page will then be divided into the three main sections that I will be going through. Right now, the first one is the customer service performance section. So this section measures your performance related to post-order concerns that you might have from your customers. And that's going to include things like the negative feedback, A to Z claims, or even like credit card chargeback. All right, so the order defect rate that you see, so represents the percentage of orders you fulfill that have one or more of these defects. Now, the second portion or the second part that you can see in the account health is actually the policy compliance. This is where you can also see the ratings. All right, over here, the account health ratings on the corner, the color-coded section over there. All right, so this contains so-called your adherence to the Amazon products policy. All right, the product policy are representative of the product that you sell and the listing data that you provide about those products when you have created them or updating it on your Amazon Selling Central account. All right, now the column off to the right side, which is the shipping performance. All right. So this section talks about your adherence to the policies, Amazon policy related to fulfillment. Now, the two important metrics that I'm going to talk about here are the late shipment rate, which represents the percentage of orders shipped after the handling time, and the second one, the pre-fulfillment cancel rate, which represent the percentage of order that got canceled before they are being fulfilled. So why is it important, you may think? Now, obviously, like what the title mentioned, maintaining a strong account health will help you ensure great customer experience and also improve your business performance. So Amazon's policy are actually designed to ensure that the customers have the best customer shopping experience possible, and when the customer come back, because of the great experience that they had, they will tend to purchase more products from you as well as the other sellers. So maintaining great account health means that you can focus your time and efforts on the activities which is more important to you to help you grow your business. And especially if you address this issue early, because if there's any issue you might need to escalate, it may take longer time away from building your business. So it's always good to check often on your account health page to make sure that you're not missing out on any other um, so-called the issues that you need to fix it. So you might want to know how can you know when you will need to take action, right? Now again, back to the account health page. This is where you can look for to understand when do you need to take action. So as I was saying, it is important to address any account health related issue before they escalate. So checking your account health regularly will be great. It could be like daily or weekly, depending on your volume of sales. If you have a lot of sales on a daily basis, then it's best to kind of check it on a daily basis so you can address any other issues that may happen. Now, one of it is the order defects, so-called the order defects rate. And also you can look at the invoice defects rate. There's also the late dispatch rate, the pre-fulfillment cancellation rate, valid tracking rate, right, and as well as your account health rating. All right. So you can see in this different section, right, there will be a series of violations appearing here. If you were to have any of these violation, it will actually appear in like, how many numbers of violation that you might have, etc. over here to help you to monitor. Right. So if you have any issues that is left unaddressed, there are a few signals to look out for. When you have issues that you did not address, when you log in to your account health page, you will see pop-ups or rather a notification above that may say that you need to address your policy violation, etc., to prevent any unnecessary disruption. Or they will also inform you, let's say if you are at the risk of your account deactivation, it will also appear on top. So when it appear, right, it is really important for you to take immediate action. So you don't want to, have any disruption to your ongoing business. All right, this is what I was sharing earlier on. So let's say there were any issues when you log in, it's pretty clear that it will appear on what are the kind of violations that you might be having. It will actually pop up. All right, so you can see this is quite a lot. Obviously, I hope that you won't have too many of these violations. So, to make sure that you are compliant in terms of your listing, etc. So what happened, let's say, in a situation potentially, you have listing or account that is being deactivated. You will need to write a so-called a plan of actions. All right. So over here, I'm going to show you where you can find. All right, under performance and under notification, let's say if you are being notified, right? So you usually receive emails and notification as well to say that your account has been deactivated or depending on the issues. And what you need to do, you got to click on the view appeal. All right, the button over there. So what you need to do when you click on that. Now three things, right, to help Amazon make a reinstatement, meaning that to kind of reactivate your account or your listing for you. So think of these three things, try to identify what is the root cause. So on your plan of action, you'll be able to write that down. All right. And then explain the action taken to resolve issue for customers. Let's say this is some issue that was raised by your customers, and then also to provide a solution to avoid the future problems. All right. So typically, the plan of action that you will need to submit will consist of these three key points that you need to include. So some quick tip to keep them clear and concise. Now, the seller action plan that you're going to submit should be genuine and kind of straightforward. Try to focus on the facts and events that led to the issue rather than presenting the seller's product, business, or customers. So remove any additional questions or ongoing reference that support the issue from the seller's response, and also avoid using any emotional languages, and provide clarification for all the issue. Now, some deactivation could be the result of a combination of issues such as there's a high order defect rate caused by negative feedback and also some undelivered orders. So in this event where you have multiple issues, right, you will need to provide accurate response to each of the root cause in the action plan. Right. So the idea is your action plan should have the plans to address each of these issue and not a single plan to address all of these issues. So include all your supporting evidence if you have any. Right. So the supporting evidence can be things like the what ASINs that is being reviewed, etc. And the other thing is to make sure that there's a time frame usually given, and you have to keep within the time frame when you're supporting these documents. So to further help, the team to assess your plan of action, you can also highlight the issues in some of the seller supporting files that you are submitting. All right. So what you can do, you can like highlight it or circle it in the document. Okay, next I'm going to give you like some tips to maintain good account health. Right. So be proactive. So there is a voice of customer section under the account health page where you can review your customer feedback that is related to your product. So this is very helpful. You can actually use this information to also identify trends or some commonalities that could point to the defect that you keep seeing or issues with packaging or other processes, etc. So it is also important to address the, if when you're reviewing all the voice of customer, which is your customer review, etc. So do take note that not just addressing the acute issue at hand, but also what is the driver of the issue, what is the root cause, so that you don't actually encounter the same issue again. You will help you to mitigate any future issues that could happen, right? So on the last part also, you make sure you understand your supply chain, where your products are coming from, such that they are authentic and legitimate. All right. And also there are regulations that you always need to understand in terms of the local or the regional regulations that could also impact the product that you're going to sell on Amazon. So it's good that you also keep yourself up to date on the different regulations in the region that you are selling an item. All right. So lastly, also to manage your inventory regarding the handling time. So make sure that you are putting in the right number that is suited for your business, your handling time, etc., so that you won't be flagged out for cases like this. Another quick tip is to always stay up to date. I've been repeating it, but yeah, it's really to regularly check your account health page, and then also under the performance notification page as well. All right. And the last thing is also to make sure that you update your emergency contact number. You can go to the notification preference on the top right corner under the gear icon, and then you go to the notification preference and put in your emergency notification phone number. So this number should be the number that any of these Amazon associate can reach out to you. So the account health team or any associate will reach out to you in regarding your account health if there is really emergency cases, so they can get to a number that they can reach you. So make sure that you have a active number that you can be contacted on. Right. Also, another thing is about emails. So do include the Amazon.com domains to kind of like ensure that you don't unknowingly, block it so that it won't go into your inbox. So make sure that you allow the Amazon.com domains to your email. All right, we have also some other helpful resources. So things like the seller news article, you will always see the most updated information. So sometimes you might miss out certain updates, etc., that could have an impact on your account health. And also, we have the seller forum where you can also check on it to see any other issues or cases or topic that other sellers could face. And last but not least, Sellers University, where you can learn a lot more topics regarding not just account health. There's a lot of other topics that you can learn over there, whereby you will be able to keep track on your progress, etc. All right, these are the resources and the reference link that I'll be sharing as well when I upload the video under the video description on our YouTube playlist. All right, now I'm going to go through some of these frequently asked questions that we always hear, from some of our sellers. Now, the first question is, my account performance against a metric on the account health page is off the target, but the account health page does not tell me that my account is at risk of deactivation or is being deactivated. So why is this so? So there is some consideration backend. So firstly, there is this order volume that the Amazon also take into consideration when we are calculating your account health. So there's an example that over here that we share. Now, let's say if you have only 10 orders and only one has a defect, your order defect rate may be 10%, which is way over the target of 1%, but you may not get this, deactivation notice because it doesn't really reflect an actual problem given that the low number of orders that you have. So it may not be flagged out. So don't worry if this is something you're experiencing. So you will also want to know some of these things that I always got asked is what are the violation does the account health rating includes? So I won't be able to share this whole list, but I will put the link over there. You can go read it after the session. So there is a list of policy on the link over there. There is what I call each of these policy also points you to the more detailed read up that you can read on what are the violation that could impact your account health rating. Right. Now the next frequently asked question is, why is my account health risk rating showing at risk if I already addressed the violation on my account health page? So this is also quite common. So this is based on the unaddressed violation. So once you have addressed the violation, it's not immediately. So it will take a couple of hours for the system to validate and also to update that. Sorry, excuse me. Now, if my account health rating is at risk, does that mean my account will be deactivated? Right. So if you see when you log in to your account health, you see that your account health is showing at risk. So we will encourage you to really quickly address the violation in a timely manner, so to avoid any disruption that you might face. All right. So there will always be a kind of like a time frame given to you. right? So do try to address in a timely manner to prevent any potential deactivation. All right. So the last two FAQ is what happens if I incur a critical violation? Now, when we detect a critical violation, we'll definitely notify you via the account health page as well as email. So critical violation will means immediately your account health rating will turn red and your score will become 0. So this is really critical, and then you will only have like 3 days grace period to address the violation before your accounts get deactivated. And also during this time, the account health associate specialist will attempt to call you based on the emergency number that you are provided in the notification. That's why make sure that you have a contactable number under the emergency contact. All right, the last FAQ I have is, how does repeated or repeat violation impact my account health? All right, so there's two ways it will impact your account health. Right now, first of all, the points that is associated will increase each time that the policy is violated, right? So it means that if you have multiple violation, your account health rating will degrade pretty fast. And then if you have higher severity, you have most impact, means it will degrade even faster. And also you will run the risk of getting your account being deactivated immediately if you reach the maximum number of repeated violation. So as a guideline here, the maximum number of repeat violation is 5 for infringement related policy and 2 for restricted product policies. Yep. So it's based on the last 180 days period for your info. All right. So yeah, if you have any other questions that is not being addressed here, feel free to put into the Q&A box. I will be here to address any questions that you might have. All right. So yeah, if you have any question, let me know in the Q&A box. Right. If not, I would say the next action item that you should take after this session is, maybe after your lunch, go check out your account health page. Right. It's under the Seller Central, under the performance. You can go and find the account health. So take a look to see whether there's anything you need to address. So we have invited uh, what we call one of our sales operations managers to come and co-host with me on the registration guidance sessions on the 24th, on the coming Monday. All right, and then for those who want to also know more about the North American market overview, want to explore selling on Amazon.com, can also attend the session on Wednesday regarding the North American market. All right, so before we end July, there is also another session that I think is really useful. All right, that will be about what are the promotional tools available that you can use on Seller Central to help to, get more visibility on your products on Amazon and how you can use it effectively. All right, so last but not least, in August, we have more exciting topics coming up. That will be on our website shortly by next week. You can check out what are the upcoming sessions like this that we have in August. So if you have not joined our Facebook seller community, this might be a good time. Right, the last QR code, this is where you can check out our Facebook seller community. All right, and then the recording link and as well as where you can register will also be shared in your follow-up email. All right, so do bookmark our YouTube page, official YouTube page if you have not, so that when I upload any recordings, any playbacks, you will be notified as well if you have subscribed to the official YouTube page, right? And then lastly, Seller University have a lot of information for those of you who prefer to read up. There's a lot more detailed long form guides that you can find on Seller University. All right, I will still be around here if you have any questions related to account health. Please do let me know. Right, if not, for those who have no other questions and want to go ahead and continue with a lunch already, please feel free to do so. I will still be here for a couple of minutes. All right, then. I hope I have addressed any concerns or questions that you might have coming to the webinar regarding account health. So that will be all for the day. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks everyone for your participation. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to see you at the next session. And by the way, my name is Jun Liang, and I am the trainer here from Amazon Seller Education. See you at the next session. Goodbye.